As I was preparing to make this video, I came to realize that the gospel is readily accepted by some, and by many it is rejected. And I was wondering why it is that good news, I mean really good news, in other words, we're not going to die, you're going to live eternally as a result of what Jesus Christ has done for you personally in your life, and that you will live eternally with him in a magnificent place where there is no sorrow, pain, death, or crying. Why? That would be considered something that someone would reject. Jesus speaks about this very thing in Matthew the 13th chapter, starting with verse 3. And he told them many things in parables, saying, a farmer went out to sow seed, and as he was scattering the seed, some fell along the path, and the birds came and ate it up. And some fell on rocky places, where it did not receive much soil. It sprang up quickly, because the soil was shallow. But when the sun came up, the plants were scorched, and they were withered, because they had no root. Other seed fell among thorns, which grew up and choked the plants. Still other seed fell on good soil, where it produced a crop, 100, 60, or 30 times what was sown. Whoever has ears, let them hear. Jesus basically told his disciples what to expect when they went out to actually preach the gospel to all the world. Let's read it in Mark 16:15 through 20. He said to them, go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation. Whoever believes and is baptized will be saved, but whoever does not believe will be condemned. And these signs will accompany those who believe. In my name, they will drive out demons, they will speak new tongues, they will pick up snakes with their hands, and they will drink deadly poison, and it will not hurt them. They will place their hands on the sick, and they will get well. Now, what I've just read in Mark, the 16th chapter, we see that the gospel is also combined with miraculous evidence of God's power. And this is something that gets people's attention, and it causes them to believe with a greater depth of conviction. In the 13th chapter of Matthew, when Jesus spoke about the sower, he was basically saying that the seed is the same. It's the gospel. The seed is the thing that is cast out amongst the people, and depending upon the surroundings that the people are in, the associations that people have, the backgrounds that people have, the seed can quickly grow, and depending upon the depth of their conviction and the association around them and the influence of those people around them, that determines whether the gospel takes root or not and whether it bears fruit. In Mark's account, signs are also associated with the gospel: speaking in tongues, the healing of the sick, taking up of serpents, the drinking of poison, and so on. This catches people's attention, and for some people that's necessary. The Jewish nation always asked for a sign. When the gospel was preached amongst the Gentiles, they took it without any sign. They just believed. The problem with signs and wonders is that people seek after the signs and wonders more than they do the God that is the subject of the gospel, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the true and living God. I could remember distinctly when the gospel became very real to me. I had heard John 3:16 practically all my life. Did it have an impact upon me? Not really. In all candor, the situation that changed for me was when I came to realize that I had never seen, or it was never brought to my attention, the information that was found in Hebrews 8, verse 12, which is, I will forgive their wickedness and remember their sins no more. It's also reiterated in Jeremiah 31:34 and also Hebrews 10, verse 17. So it wasn't something that was a phrase or a text that was given one time and would be considered an anomaly. It was given 3 times. And that was the convincing thing for me that God had forgotten about my past. As a result of that, I was liberated to be able to forget my past to a great degree. And that made such a strong impression upon me that God would be that kind of God that would completely forgive and forget. That was the thing that was so impressive to me. I had a past that had incorporated guilt and shame into it. And that was something that was continually brought up before me as I endeavored to live a Christian life by the enemy of God. And I was never capable of really shaking that until I came to realize that God really doesn't even know what I'm thinking about because it's not part of how he sees me. Once I came to realize the significance of Hebrews 10, verse 12, and its total forgiveness, that caused me to find joy in the gospel. That was the good news that the gospel really is all about. You are freed from your past. I am freed from my past. Thank God for that. In the May 30th video, I will tell you of an experiment that I saw in graduate school that absolutely transformed my perception of how your past affects your life. In the meantime, if you would like to have the assurance of salvation, repeat Romans 10, verse 9 with me now. I say with my mouth that Jesus is Lord, and believe in my heart that God raised him from the dead. And according to Romans 10, verse 9, you are saved. Every month, on the 15th and 30th of every month, a new video comes out on this channel revealing the love of God through his Son, Jesus Christ, to you personally and to the rest of the world. Kindly subscribe, like, comment, and share this with everyone. God bless you.